Hello and welcome to another video, and welcome to a really sunny Zurich main station here in Switzerland. I'm taking an international train journey today, a Eurocity, that's going to be about 3.5 hours long in first class from here in Zurich down to Milan in Italy. And as part of that journey, we'll be going under the Alps in what was once Europe's longest tunnel. It's going to be a fantastic trip. It is a wonderful day for travelling, and I'm glad you're here to join me. Let's go and check it out. Zurich. Not the capital, but still the largest city of Switzerland and the main hub for Swiss railway services. The main station was opened in 1847 and the main buildings are from 1871, although they were under renovation when I travelled. Switzerland is a transport fan's paradise, and their railway stations are wonderfully efficient. In common with lots of large modern European railway stations, there's an underground mall, which serves as a great place to pick up something to eat or drink if you don't plan on using the great restaurant cars you find attached to Swiss intercity trains. There are also hundreds of lockers for left luggage here in Zurich, making long stopovers here way more pleasant. And here's something a bit more unusual. You're familiar with prayer rooms in airports? Well, this is the Bahnhofkirche, the station church, with its cute stained glass window. The main hall of the station lies mostly empty these days, with passengers circulating in the downstairs mall instead. But the barrier-free, open design of the terminus is great. Trains from all over Switzerland and internationally start and finish here, and a great many are actually through trains too, which reverse in the station as part of their journey. The Swiss railway system is complex. There are lots of things here which you don't usually see in Britain, like locomotive-hauled trains on intercity and regional services. To turn a train around here, just uncouple the locomotive, attach another one onto the other end, drive away, and the first, now unattached, locomotive goes to the sidings. Switzerland is a land of languages. The name of the national railway company is Swiss Federal Railways, seen here initialized in German, French and Italian. A fourth language, Romansh, is also a Swiss official language but has a lesser status and doesn't appear on the trains here. Today we're going to be going from here in Zurich down to Zug, then through Arth-Golau here, and then, if we get the camera to focus, through this tunnel all the way under the Alps here. The Gotthard tunnel goes under the Alps. We come out here and Bellinzona, and then head on down into Italy, which is not shown because this is a map of the Swiss Federal Railways network. Milan, somewhere down here, should be about 3.5 hours. There are currently 6 trains a day between Zurich and Milan. Many are operated by SBB, but ours is an Italian Trenitalia Pendolino, model ETR 610. This is a high-speed tilting train capable of 250 km per hour. Our train is formed of 2 7-car units, each with standard class, first class and a restaurant car. Okay, so train's just arrived. I'm in first class. Looks like they've got a one-way system going on here. Let's take our chances down here. I don't think it's going to be busy. Now this is first class. Just going to find myself a nice seat. I don't think most of them are reserved. If you look here, they say free, fly, libre, libero. That means there's no one reserved in them and I can just sit wherever I like. Where to choose? Where would you choose?
One of the disadvantages of the interior is that there are only a handful of solo seats like this for lone travellers. One of the two train sets that make up our train terminates at Chiasso on the Italian border. I figured it would be quieter in this unit and sat here on purpose, and all I have to do is walk to the other unit when we get to Chiasso in a few hours.
Welcomes you on board the Eurocity to Zug at Goldau, Bellinzona, Lugano, Chiasso. Next stop, Zug. This part of the train is running only as far as Chiasso.
As you leave Zurich, keep a lookout for the distinctive control centre, which dates from 1966. The journey to the first stop, Zug, involves diving under much of the Zurich area's urban sprawl in a series of tunnels. We pop up into the open alongside Lake Zurich, and our first glimpse of some superb Swiss scenery which will define this journey. On the table is a QR code which leads to a website explaining Trenitalia's COVID mitigation measures. I really love the simple functionality of these trains. There are fold-away tables, meaning it's easy to get in and out of the seats, plus well-positioned reading lamps and a decent recline function make this train a solid option for a journey of over 3 hours. If you want to work, well, there are charging points, and don't forget to bring a Swiss adapter with you. There are big fold-down tables, as seen here in the single seats, which you'll have no problem fitting most laptop computers on while filming yourself pretending to work. Our first stop, the town of Zug, which is the capital town for the Swiss canton of the same name. Zug is the German word for train, although the town has had this name for much longer than trains have existed, so somebody's going to have to fill me in on the history in the comments below. It's here I decide to visit the excellent restaurant car, which is open to all passengers regardless of ticket type and is just a couple of coaches away. There are only 18 seats in this restaurant car, but I was able to find a table no problem and look at the menu, which is pretty extensive. Be warned though, it's not cheap. Although, as a fan of on-train restaurants, as the epitome of civilised travel, I'll pretty much pay anything to eat on a train. How much would you pay to eat your lunch with an ever-changing view like this? The section between Aartsgoldau and Altdorf is the most beautiful on the whole route. We now approach the major engineering feat on the line, the Gotthard Base Tunnel. By the way, if you like this sort of stuff and want to read about all my trips, follow me on social media. You can find me under the handle Paul_wingingit on both Twitter and Instagram. Welcome to the Gotthard Base Tunnel, where we ride the 57 kilometres under the Alps at a maximum speed of 230 kilometres per hour. It's the world's longest railway tunnel, saving a considerable 35 minutes on this trip. The original Gotthard Tunnel, an engineering marvel from 1882, runs to the east at a higher elevation and is 15 kilometres long. This route is much slower, due in part to the hilly terrain to reach the tunnel in the first place, requiring a number of slow railway spirals to cover the elevation. This route is still in use for regional trains, but the modern Gotthard Base Tunnel is for fast intercity services and is very direct. The trip through the tunnel takes about 15 minutes. And now's a good time to show you standard class, which normally starts from about €43 one way on this trip. First class normally costs from €70 upwards. As you can see, there's pretty good luggage provision throughout the train, and despite it being full, there isn't too much of a mess. Just next to us here is the brand new Giruno type train, operating for SBB, which runs some of the trains on the Milan-Zurich route. These have low floors for easy disabled access and carry 403 seated passengers across 11 carriages. We now pass down through Lugano in the heart of Italian-speaking Switzerland and on to Chiasso, the border town with Italy itself. Here I changed units as I mentioned in the video earlier, and yes, it was quite a lot busier in the set that was going all the way through to Milan. So there you have it, 3 hours and 37 minutes between Zurich and Milan. This is one railway journey where I've actually flown the alternative before. You might remember my video on it if you've been around here for a while. The plane only takes 35 minutes flying time, but is overall much less convenient and far more expensive. And to be honest, is operated mostly for passengers from further afield to connect seamlessly at Zurich Airport to Milan. The train is definitely preferable, as I hope you'll agree. We arrive on time in Milan, right in the city centre.
Here we are, we're in Milan Central Station, one of the finest railway stations in Europe. Hope you really enjoyed the video and I hope you'll subscribe for more content just like this. But until next time, I'll see you around.